This yoga class is designed to help you stop waking up a million times every night to pee. The poses that we do help position your baby away from your bladder so you can get a better night's sleep. Stick around until the end of class for a special surprise that I have for you. Find a comfortable seated position in Savasana. You can sit up on a cushion or a pillow or blanket to help you get a nice long spine. Reach the top of your head up to the sky and relax everything. Just close your eyes, focus on your breath, whatever pranayama feels comfortable to you. And bring your hands to your belly. Tune inwards. Tune into your baby. Feel their energy inside you. Maybe as you hold your belly, your baby pushes back. Nothing is more magical than that. Connect within and inhale your arms all the way up. Fingers together and lean to the right with a nice long spine. And then you can put your hand down and continue to stretch out your side. And inhale your hands back up to center. And lean over the other side with your hands together. And then bring your arm down to your mat and stretch a bit deeper into your side. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Interlace your fingers and then turn to the right. Taking a gentle twist. And you can bring your hands down, one on your knee and one behind you, and take an even longer twist. Being mindful of leaving space for your baby and keeping your spine nice and long. Inhale your arms back up. Interlace your fingers with the other pinky on top and turn the other way. A nice gentle twist. And bring one hand to your knee and the other hand behind you, going a bit deeper. Keep your spine long and your shoulders up and back. Make sure you aren't clenching anywhere. Release all the tension in your body. Be sure that your belly is plopped out in front of you. You're not sucking it in. And inhale your arms all the way up. Reach up to the sky. Keep your spine long and stable, but relax the rest of your body. And then bring your hands together behind your neck and look down. Don't pull on your head at all. Just use the extra weight to stretch out your neck a bit more. And inhale your arms back up. Look up at your hands. And bring your hands together at heart center and roll forward. Come on to your hands and knees. And we're going to take some cat-cows, so make sure that your hands are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. And when you inhale, look up, round your back, but don't go too deep into cow. Avoid going too deep while you're pregnant to avoid diastasis recti in your abdomen. So on your inhales, you're looking up, coming into cow, and then exhale, round your back, tuck your chin in, push off your mat, and come into cat. Back and forth in time with your own breath. And take this as many times as you need. We're just doing some cat-cows here. Come back to table and then inhale your right arm all the way up towards the sky. And then interlace it underneath your other arm, coming onto your shoulder and stretching out your shoulder. Be sure to keep your spine long and make sure your hips behind you are in line and your knees are underneath your hips. And then gently come back to table and inhale the other arm all the way up to the sky. And then come down on that shoulder, getting a nice shoulder stretch. Breathing into it, staying aligned and relaxed at the same time, finding that balance. Come back into table. And take a few more cat-cows. And then bring your arms out in front of you and fall into puppy pose. Bring your chest on the ground and reaching out in front of you, keeping your knees underneath your hips. And then make your way into downward facing dog. Bend one knee and then the other. And then come forward onto your knees. Slowly make your way into standing, coming into Tadasana, mountain pose at the front of your mat, with your feet apart. Inhale your arms up over your head, and then lean to the right, keeping a nice long spine. And back to center, and then lean over to the left. And slowly step back into Warrior Two, with your ankle beneath your knee, focusing on stability. Maybe you need to modify for your pregnancy. Whatever keeps you stable and strong in this pose. And then reverse your warrior, lean backwards, reaching up over your head, and straighten that front leg, slowly coming into triangle pose. Remember to focus on stability, and if you don't feel balanced, modify to make sure that you are. You can always come out and come back in. Just listen to your body and always listen to your baby. And just hold here for as long as you want. If it gets too much, you can come out, and if you want to stay for longer, stay for longer. This is your practice. And then come back to Warrior Two. And then I'm going to heel toe my foot slowly back to the front of the mat. And inhale your arms up to the sky. And step back with control into Warrior Two on the other side. We want to avoid moving with momentum during pregnancy. So we're just going to slowly step back into all of our poses and be really gentle, strong, and balanced. And now reverse your warrior and lean backwards, being sure to keep your belly relaxed. Straighten that front leg. Reach forward as much as you need to. And slowly come into triangle, keeping lots of length in your spine, and being sure to keep weight in that back foot as well. And slowly coming back to warrior two. And then heel toe that back foot back up to the front of your mat into your modified mountain pose. Inhale your arms over your head and take your hands together and slowly fold forward, bending your knees as much as you need to and stretching your wrists out on the ground, keeping your spine long. Look up and get more length in your spine, and then come into chair pose, focusing on stability and strength. Keeping a long spine, bring your hands to heart center, and keeping your feet apart. Inhale and stand all the way up, and then slowly step back into warrior two. Reach forward, keeping that leg bent, coming into side angle pose. Make sure to get enough length. You might need to come out and come back in to feel stable. But be sure you do feel stable, and you can use blocks here under your hand. Modify it any way you want to. Make sure you're keeping weight in that back leg. Slowly come back into warrior two. And bring your feet back together. Inhale your arms up at the front of your mat. And exhale, fold forward with a nice long spine and bending your knees as much as you need to. Get some length and look up, and then come back into chair pose. Focusing on stability, keeping your spine long. And breathing here. Inhale your arms up and stand up. And then come back into warrior two, but on the other side. Being slow and mindful about how you get there. Remember to modify any way you need to in this pose. And be sure you're not holding your belly in while you practice yoga. Relax every muscle in your body. Let your belly flop out in front of you. You can reverse your warrior if you want to. I didn't on the other side. And then come back into warrior two and lean forward, getting lots of length in your spine, coming in to side angle. Focusing on stability and strength in prenatal yoga. So modify any pose any way that you need to. And I'm going to slowly bring my feet wide apart. Toes facing in the same direction, and then take a wide-legged forward fold. You can bend your knees here as well. And then I'm going to bring my hand to the center of the mat with a long spine and open up my other arm, opening my chest, stretching out my shoulders, reaching up to the sky. And then bring that hand back to the middle of the mat and taking the twist on the other side, stretching out my shoulders. Keep your hips behind you in line. And then come back into center. And heel toe your feet together until you are in Malasana, a deep squat. Your butt's still hanging a bit off the ground. tucking your tailbone down, chest open, hands together at heart center. And then take a bind around your right leg. Bringing your arms clasped around that leg and stretching out your shoulders a bit more. Breathing here. Coming back into Malasana. And then taking the same bind around on the other side. If your hands don't reach, you could always use a strap or a blanket or a towel, or just grab the back of your shirt. And then bring your hands back together. And slowly, we're going to make our way back onto all fours. And take a few more rounds of cat and cow. So when you exhale, you round your back, tuck your chin into your chest. And when you inhale, you look up, arch your back into cow. And do this in line with your own breath. So in your natural inhales and exhales, let your body follow your breath. Take this as many times as you would like. If you're ready, slowly make your way back into a child's pose with your knees far apart, leaving plenty of space in between for your belly. If you don't feel comfortable in child's pose, you can take puppy instead, keeping your hips up in the air. And if you want to, you can just keep doing more cat-cows, if that feels better for you. We're just gonna chill out here for a little bit. Realign ourselves to our body, connect deeply with our baby, and start to wind down and really relax. And then bring your hands out to the right, your hips out to the left, taking a little stretch in your back. Breathing here, and then come back to center and reach your hands out wide in front of you. And then go the other way, hands to the left, hips a bit to the right. Just taking a little last stretch in your back. And come back into center. Breathing here. And slowly, whenever you're ready, coming into Savasana. You can take Savasana on either side, but I would not recommend taking it on your back. I'm sure you, in your second trimester, have not been able to lay on your back in a while. So I like to take a pillow under my head and another pillow in between my legs. But use as many pillows, blankets, whatever you need to feel comfortable. And just let yourself relax here. Don't be afraid to fall asleep. Just close your eyes, connect with yourself and your baby. You can bring your hand to your stomach if you want to. You want to feel them dancing around in there. And just breathe here. I'll let you know when it's time for us to get up. slowly start to reawaken. Maybe moving your wrists, your ankles. And take your time rolling over and coming back to seated. Bring your hands together at heart center. And remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to the universe, and be kind to all life, everywhere. Namaste. Mama, your surprise is a week of free prenatal yoga classes. So click the link in the description to sign up for your free classes.